I really must learn how to frame these things. Looks like I live in darkness. I don't. It's much brighter than it looks. It's just... Wait, now it's dark. Damn. Hello lovely people, how are you today? Welcome to my August book reviews. I read a whole 2 books. Guys, I'm like a speed reader. Oh Dear Sylvia by Dawn French. My edition of Oh Dear Sylvia was published by Penguin. It has 397 pages and has 38 chapters. I picked this up in Gatwick Airport, coming back from summer in the city, because I wanted something to read on the plane. And you know, if you've ever been on the plane from Ireland to England, you'll know that it's exactly an hour long. So, you know, I could have just sat there and done nothing for an hour, but you know, no. I read 100 pages of it whilst on the plane, which is quite a lot for me. 100 pages is an hour. It is big writing. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting story, kinda. Sylvia falls off a balcony before the story begins, and she's in a coma for the entire novel. So it's interesting in that the main character never speaks, and we see her, but you know, she's comatose. And the entire novel is segmented into chapters, but each chapter is from a different person's point of view, and each one of those people comes in to see Sylvia and they just talk to her, because the doctors say, oh, talk to her, she can hear you. And that's what the whole novel is. It's different point of views, people coming in to talk to Sylvia. This novel is probably aimed at middle-aged women. I mean, Dawn French went on to Loose Women to advertise this novel. If you don't know what Loose Women is, if you're American, it's kind of like a middle-class version of The View, but with a lot of squealing and shouting and 100% less black people. What did I give it? Shit, I forgot. Where's my iPad? I should have done this before I started videoing this. Goodreads app. Oh Dear Sylvia, 3 out of 5. Shit. I give Oh Dear Sylvia 3 out of 5 stars. It's alright. It's not brilliant. It's not terrible. If you like Dawn French, which is basically why I picked it up, you know, if you're a fan of the Vicar Dibley or French and Saunders or anything else that she's done, you might like the writing. It says here that it's a side-splitting, darkly humorous novel, but that is from Heat magazine, so yeah, it's none of those things, but, you know, it's alright. The next novel that I finished in August, even though I didn't really finish it in August, I finished it about half an hour ago and it is currently the 1st of September, is Ernest Hemingway's A Movable Feast. My edition of A Movable Feast was published by Arrow Books. It is 126 pages long and it has 20 chapters. Now this is the second Hemingway novel that I've read. If you recall my review of the first Hemingway novel I read, The Old Man and the Sea, I thought it was good. So I was kind of reluctant to read another Hemingway because I thought his prose is a bit boring, to be honest. But I was so wrong, so incredibly wrong about Hemingway. I completely misjudged him, to be honest. This is amazing. This is so fantastically brilliant in every possible way. This is up there with Jane Eyre. This is probably one of the best books that I've read this year, if not the best book that I've read this year so far. It's the story of Hemingway recalling his time in Paris as a young writer when he was poor and practically homeless between the years of 1921 and 1926. Back in a time where you could walk into a cafe in Paris and sit down and have a meal with James Joyce, or talk to F. Scott Fitzgerald about practically anything, and it's so good. It's so amazingly good. If you've seen the film Midnight in Paris and if you enjoyed that, you will love this. This is just... It's just amazing. If you are a bit biased, I know some people are a bit about Ezra Pound, but Ezra Pound kind of features heavily in this novel. Don't like Ezra Pound, I'm sorry, but you know, you'll have to put up with him. But I love Ezra Pound. There's chapters on Gertrude Stein, on Ernest Walsh, not Irving Walsh. Just, oh, so good, so brilliant, so fantastic. Read it now, drop everything you're doing and pick up this novel. It's small, it'll take you a day, it's the most amazing thing you'll ever read in your life. People were getting angry because in my channel trailer I dropped books. Nothing happens when you drop a book, people. It's paper with words on it. Look!
Again, don't know where.
Now, I don't really do TBRs or to be reads because I don't really like, you know, saying I have to read this book and I have to read this book, because if I turn reading into a task, then it'll just put me off it. You may remember my Agatha Christie books from my bookshelf tour. I have about, I think it's 15 Agatha Christie novels, and I haven't read any of them. So I've decided to, right, here in my little shelf, next to my book jar, which was inspired by Mother Effing Books, who you should watch, I have a little Tupperware thing. And inside this is all the titles of the Agatha Christie novels that I own. And I'm planning on reading one a month, just to kind of get through them. So, you know, I'm just going to open this. I'm going to let me shake it once more. This is like the lottery, but you know, if the lottery was shit. I have one. I have one. And the Agatha Christie novel I'll be reading this month, this is so shit. Murder on the Orient Express. That's a famous one. Okay, so let me just get that one. Here it is. My copy of Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. They're all kind of small. My editions are facsimiles of the original first edition covers, by the way. And I actually can't wait to read this. Cause, you know, ow, my eye. No, ow, no, ow, no, ow, no, ow, no, ow. So they were my August book reviews. I hope you enjoyed them, and my kind of almost, not really, September to be read, in which I must finish Wicked and read an Agatha Christie novel. So yeah, I'm back at school now, so videos might be a bit less often, but a lot more sporadic. So, you know, yay! Bye. Ow, 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 ow.